The dark side of the Moon. According to NASA, the dark side of the Moon is filled with significantly more craters and less of the smooth, dark mare we normally see. The terrain is rough, chaotic compared to the side we're familiar with, seen in images from NASA's Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter. However, accounts from former military intelligence officials have claimed there is more on the dark side of the Moon than NASA is letting on. Karl Wolfe, a technician at the Air Force Tactical Air Command headquarters in Langley, Virginia, analyzed data from the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, claiming he and his colleagues viewed artificial structures on the dark side of the Moon, including radar antennas and structures made by intelligent beings. Others have claimed to discover underground tunnels in images captured by India's Chandrayaan-1 lunar orbiter. These tunnels on the dark side were likely the product of tubes of lava flow that created a massive system of caves, potentially inhabited by living beings. The Apollo missions, one of which led to Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin's iconic first landing, are some of the most profound accomplishments of mankind. The mission's successes were heralded as a new era for space exploration and a harbinger of our civilization's technological evolution. But there are several strange rumors and questionable transcripts of events that occurred during the missions, which NASA and its astronauts have responded to dismissively. This came to be known as the Apollo 11 conspiracy. While many are still skeptical of the landings, there are other strange reports that have roused conspiracies about unexplained phenomena experienced by Apollo astronauts, including reports of a base on the dark side of the Moon. These theories are fueled by transcripts that have only been declassified within the past decade, or from NASA having lost documents and recordings of the original lunar landing. Whether there is any validity to these theories is up for debate, but some are so intriguing they can't be ignored. Apollo 11. What makes this exchange seem like it could be fabricated is that in the official transcripts between NASA and the Apollo astronauts, NASA is always referred to as Houston, not Mission Control. Although, what is intriguing about this supposed account is that there were 2 minutes of video and radio silence when Armstrong and Aldrin left the lunar module. The cameras and recording that failed were some of the most expensive and highly advanced equipment, which produced reliable recordings throughout the rest of the mission. These 2 minutes were also purportedly censored to civilians on Earth who were tuned in with VHF radio equipment. Neil Armstrong is said to have disclosed his account of what he and Aldrin saw to an unnamed professor during a NASA symposium. "Professor, what really happened out there with Apollo 11? Armstrong, it was incredible, of course, we had always known there was a possibility, the fact is, we were warned off. There was never any questions then of a space station or a moon city." "Professor, how do you mean warned off?" Armstrong, I can't go into details, except to say that their ships were far superior to ours both in size and technology. Boy, were they big. And menacing. No, there is no question of a space station. Professor, but NASA had other missions after Apollo 11? Armstrong, naturally, NASA was committed at that time, and couldn't risk a panic on Earth. But it really was a quick scoop and back again. It's difficult to tell whether these conversations actually happened with the anonymous sources and classified information. One thing that stands out is the fact that NASA lost a significant amount of high-quality, slow-scan television footage that was made as backup for television broadcast. One might ask how the most technologically advanced space program in the world managed to launch a rocket, putting men on the Moon, and somehow just misplaced footage of it. Armstrong and Aldrin witnessing extraterrestrial spacecraft and structures once they exited the lunar module, Eagle. The transcript is as follows. Apollo 11, those are giant things. No, this is not an optical illusion. No one is going to believe this. NASA, what? What the hell is happening? Apollo 11, they are here, under the surface. NASA, what's there? Emission interrupted, interference control calling Apollo 11. Apollo 11, we saw some visitors. They were here for a while, observing the instruments. NASA, repeat your last information. Apollo 11, I say that there were other spaceships. They are lined up in the other side of the crater. Apollo 11, let us sound this orbiter, in 625 to 5, automatic relay connected, my hands are shaking so badly I can't do anything. God, if these damned cameras have picked up anything. NASA, have you picked up anything? Apollo 11, I didn't have any film at hand. 3 shots of the saucers, or whatever they were, that were ruining the film. NASA, control here. Are you on your way? What is the uproar with the UFOs? Apollo 11, they've landed there and they are watching us. NASA, the mirrors, have you set them up? Apollo 11, yes, they are in the right place. But whoever made those spaceships surely can come tomorrow and remove them. Over and out. Former head of the CIA Roscoe Hillenkoetter, 1960. Behind the scenes, high-ranking Air Force officers are soberly concerned about the UFOs. But through official secrecy and ridicule, many citizens are led to believe that the unknown flying objects are nonsense. Edgar Mitchell. Yes, there have been crashed craft, and bodies recovered. We are not alone in the universe, they have been coming here for a long time. I happen to be privileged enough to be in on the fact that we have been visited on this planet, and the UFO phenomenon is real. Gordon Cooper. In my opinion, I think they were worried that it would panic the public if they knew that someone had vehicles that had this kind of performance. So they started telling lies about it. And then I think they had to cover another lie, tell another lie to cover their first lie. Now they don't know how to get out of it. Now it's going to be so embarrassing to admit that all these administrations have told a lot of untruths. And that there are a number of extraterrestrial vehicles out there cruising around. Viktor Afanasiev. It followed us during half of our orbit, we observed it on the light side, and when we entered the shadow side it disappeared completely. It was an engineering structure made from some type of metal, approximately 40 meters long with inner hulls. Inside there were openings, the object stayed very close to us, we photographed it, and our photo showed it to be 23 to 28 meters away. Ulwerden. We are the aliens, but we just think they are somebody else, but we're the ones who came from somewhere else. Because somebody else had to survive, and they got in a little spacecraft and they came here and they landed and they started civilization here, that's what I believe. And if you don't believe me, go get books on the ancient Sumerians and see what they had to say about it, they'll tell you right up front. I think that we are not alone in the universe, I believe that someone, or something of extraterrestrial origin, has visited Earth. Was there really a base on the moon? Did NASA really cover up the story? Stay tuned for more information.